What up, everybody? It's your boy Ricky Rick, and your boy Ricky Rick is back with another Ricky Talk. And today is March 6th, 2023. In case you didn't know, now you know. Now, the other day, I had a 10-hour shift. Then I went to the gym, put another hour in there. Then came home, ate some food, turned on some TV, then lay down, turned off that TV, and there I was on my phone. And I wrote some things down under my notes, things that I used to relate to, things that I can relate to now, and, hoping that there's people who might feel the same way or can relate. So I decided to talk about it. So here I am. I wrote a couple things in no particular order. Let's get started with the first one. I used to believe there was something wrong with me. Facts. When it came to not being able to find someone to love, I used to believe there was something wrong with me when it came to not being able to find someone to love. Somewhere in the middle in my relationship, in my dating life, I should say, I felt like that, like after trying and always coming up short in my relationships, I was like, man, maybe there's something wrong with me, Maybe I'm not doing something right. Maybe I'm not as good as a boyfriend that I think I am, Because I have always been told by many people that I'm a good person, that I'm a good guy, that any woman would be lucky to have me. Is it something that people say just to be nice? Or is it true? Is it facts? I like to believe that I'm a good guy. I like to believe that I'm a good boyfriend. I like to believe that I go out of my way to make the woman that I'm with special, feel special. And make them feel loved and make them feel like they're the only one, So I started to believe and feel this way that something was wrong with me because my relationships just weren't working out. And time again, I'm just like, damn, what did I do? Now, with every relationship, I feel like I learned something new that will help me and prepare me for the next relationship to not have the same mistake happen twice. But we'll see. Fast forward to later on, now I think it's not me. I think it's everyone else who has issues that they're dealing with from their past shit that is affecting my chances of being with them and being happy. So once again, I think it's not me. It's everyone else who have issues that they're dealing with from their past that is affecting my chances of being with them and being happy. So I started to feel like, okay, after so many attempts, me finding different ways to get a different result, I'm like, okay, now that I'm talking to people and I continue to talk to people and just see how people are and how people live their lives and how they think, I'm starting to think that there's a lot of people out there who have problems, who have trust issues, who got their guard up, walls up, red flags. They have too much in their mind that is causing them not to have a good relationship, not bloom a good relationship, not letting yourself be loved or taking chances. Like people are afraid to take chances. That's what I'm seeing. Now, the next one here I never thought loving someone and caring about someone could be so hard. And the way I'm bringing this one is that I think about a mother's love to her son or daughter. Now, if you have a good mom, your mom loves you. Your mom and your dad spoil you. They baby you. They care about you. They don't want you to live their mistakes. They actually want you to do better if you have good parents. So to me, I'm like, if you're in a good relationship and you have a good boyfriend or you have a good girlfriend and all they want to do is love you and care for you and just want to see you happy, then I don't understand how loving someone and caring about someone could be so hard to do. Now, let's take some of the things that we always talk about. If someone texts you and you respond right away, you seem desperate. If someone texts you and you take too long, you seem uninterested, So it's like we have so many things that we hear things, people say things that it gets in our minds and it messes up our own chances of finding someone, of being with someone. So You gotta block everything out. Gotta block everything out and just do what you feel is right and what you think is right. The next one I have here, I always find myself thinking about my first couple relationships I had at the beginning and how easy those relationships easily flourish. Now here, I always find myself thinking back about my first couple relationships. You know, when I'm thinking about my early days of dating, not so much the women, but how those relationships came about. I find thinking, you know, I remember like if I liked a girl, she was the only girl that I had eyes for. No other girl mattered. I just wanted her. I wanted to get the courage built up inside me to go up to her and tell her how I feel and hoping that she feels the same way, or at least gives me an opportunity to take her out and see where this can go. So to me, I found it very easy the first couple times in my life how things just became easy to connect, easy to find a connection, easy to go up to someone and be like, hey, would you like to go out? Sure. You know, how about Friday? Boom. And you build off that. You build off that. Nowadays, it's like, hey, would you like, I don't know. Let me see. Let me get back to you. It's like, it's a lot harder now to me. I don't know if other people are having better luck, but I'm just talking about my personal experiences. The older I get, the harder it gets. It's true, man. You know, I can use the gym, for example. I've been going to the gym. I'm like pumping, I'm grinding, you know, I'm being determined. I'm trying to do something good for me, my body. And it takes a little longer for me to recover, man. I'm not gonna lie. You know, like the older I get, the harder it gets. I find myself like sleeping later, waking up later, you know, recovery is a little later. Getting ready takes me a little longer, you know. The older I get, the harder it gets. But I think if you want to continue to make things easy for yourself, you just got to be a little bit better organized. Better organized and better be prepared. Be prepared. Be prepared and be prepared for obstacles. Be prepared for outcomes and anything you might come across. You know, prepare for the unexpected. The friendships I make nowadays don't seem genuine. Man, whoo, that one, whoo. Oh man, that one's hard. That one hits hard. Because there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, at least 8 people I can think of at the top of my head right now that I thought I made a friendship that made me feel like they cared about me, made me feel like we made a bond, a brotherhood, a sisterhood, you know, and who I felt like, oh man, I got a new group of friends, you know, we're kicking it, we're hanging out, but then disappeared. It was just a summer fling. Even if it's not boyfriend, girlfriend, it was just a friendship thing that only lasted for a summer. It just sucks. Because that's another thing I always think about. My friendships, my first friendships that I grew up with, who were my boys and girls for a long time, you know, always had my back, and it's just not like that no more. I'm stuck living in a world where it's easy to communicate with someone by pressing a few touch keys on your phone. But people choose to make it hard by leaving you on read or saying they don't have a second to spare to respond back or pick up the phone and call. Once again, I'm stuck living in a world where it's so easy to communicate with someone by pressing a few keys on your touch phone screen. But people choose to make it hard by leaving you on read or saying they don't have a second to spare to respond back. There's 24 hours in a day and you can't respond back. I feel like that's fucked up. There's 24 hours in a day and you can't find a second, a minute to respond back. You can't find a few minutes to pick up the phone and call. It just means that person at that moment is not important to you. That's what it really means. You know, that person is not important to you. The respond back, the need to call back, the need to respond back is not that important at that time. The next one I have here is People don't look for you unless they need something from you. That is true. You know, sometimes I can use this like when it applies to work. Anytime somebody needs to switch a day, they come looking for me. You know, they need something. I got something they want, a shift that they want, and they need an exchange. People don't talk to you, don't look for you unless they need something from you. It sucks, but it's true. The next one here. People sometimes talk to you not because they want to, but because you're the only one around and they're bored. Man, that one's another one that hits hard. You know, sometimes people don't talk to you because people sometimes talk to you not because they want to talk to you, but because you're the only one around and they don't want to be bored knowing they have a long time ahead of them and you're the only one around. So they choose to talk to you to make time go by quicker. It's true. It happens. Been there. Probably going to be there again. Just as some of the things that I had to say, some of the things that I wrote down, some of the things that I had to respond to, just to see if there's other people out there that have been through the same thing or feel the same way. Your boy Rick. I'm going to keep this right there. And as always, if I'm not making you laugh, not making you smile, not keeping you insane, not giving you something to think about, talk about, your boy Rick ain't doing his job. And you already know your boy Rick does his job. Until next time, I'll see you on the next video.